We're gonna talk about texture, how to load it in texture, stuff like that. And now we're going to import an image and make it a texture. To do that, we have to use an open source library called STB and make it a header like file and put in our project file. This include, yeah. And we're gonna need to create an STB CPP and implement using things we need to STB library. Don't forget to include STB header. And now put in the main CPP and include the STB header, which is this, so that we can actually use the STB library. And now we can now adjust the coordinates and indices GL draw element function to make a square so that we can better the texture that we're gonna load in. And also when importing an image, make sure to have the pixel by this size because it's better to optimize when the image that we're gonna import are by this size. And now we're gonna create a 3 integer variable to sort the width, height, this width, height, and the number of color channel it has. Then we'll store the image in using the character array name byte in here. Array name byte. Then using the function stb load and put the location and name of the image file and put the pointers of the variables that we have previously created in here, and lastly 0. And now create the texture object by first creating a reference variable of the type glueInt gluint and naming it texture. Then we use glgens textures to generate the textures. Generate the texture object and put one because only have one texture and point it the reference variable. And now that we can created it, we should also delete it here. Delete it at the end of the main function. Now we need to assign the texture to texture unit. To insert our texture in texture unit, we need to GL activate texture and plug in index texture unit and bind by using GL bind texture bind texture, inserting the texture type which is 2D and its reference value. Now we have our texture binded. Now we have to choose our image in process by either GL nearest or GL linear. In our case, we use GL nearest. We use GL parameter function here, then texture, then texture type setting we want to modify, which is min and mag, and the value we want to give our setting, which IGGL nearest, and we use GL repeat setting for the S axis and T axis. Now we use GL generating mip map, then type that will generate the mip map for texture. Now we specify the coordinates of the texture in the vertices that add a layout in the vertex shader. Now activate it. Don't forget to put this after you activate. Now bind the texture in the main function. And for the last, don't forget to put stbice set flip vertically on the load through so that it flips the image right side up, because if you run while you didn't put this, then the image will inverted or upside down.